Little Brother is a science fiction novel set in the near future about hacker kids in San Francisco who declare war on the American Department of Homeland Security and use technology, maths, and political engagement to wrest back their civil liberties from the American security apparatus. It opens with a kid called Marcus Yallo, who's the hero of the book, and he goes by the hacker handle Winston. He's a 17-year-old smartass high school kid who sneaks himself out of school along with his buddy Daryl and finds a couple of his friends, and they go out to play an alternate reality game, a kind of internet-based treasure hunt. And while they're in downtown San Francisco in the Tenderloin, somebody blows up the Bay Bridge. And in the ensuing chaos, they're caught up in the net, and they're taken to a secret prison where they're subjected to stress interrogation, which is a nice way of saying torture. And when it's all over, they decide that they can't stomach it, especially since one of their friends never reappears from custody, and that whatever it costs them, they're going to restore the freedom that they think their country owes them. Of course, I also wanted to tell a story about security and to challenge the notion that security and freedom are opposite ends of a teeter-totter, and that when you get more of one, you get less of the other. I think that in fact, the reason that we have security is to safeguard our freedom. You can't be secure in some platonic sense like you can be tall. You're only secure from some attack, and the attack that I worry about most is the attack that renders me a non-free person. And so I wanted to write a book that challenged this wisdom that whenever you get more security, you have to have less freedom as a consequence. All of my novels and all my short story collections, graphic novels, and all that other work I've done is made available for free online under a Creative Commons license that allows you to download it, share it with your friends, and remix it. And that happens the same day the books hit the shelves in shops. And I've done that since 2003. I've done it since my first novel. I was the first person to use Creative Commons licenses with published novels. I grew up copying stuff. I think copying stuff is great. I wrote my first story after going to see Star Wars when I was 6 years old in 1977. And then I went home and I took all the paper I could find in the house and bound it into a book with a stapler and rewrote the story of Star Wars. If copying wasn't possible, I wouldn't be the artist I am today. I spent my entire adolescence making mixtapes. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have had a single girlfriend. It was my entire courting ritual was built on copying. If there had been the internet when I was a teenager, I would have spent every waking moment downloading. So for me to go around and tell young people and other people who understand that the internet is for copying, and that copying is what makes us a cultured species, it's what ennobles us, it's what the basis of our creativity comes from, that copying is wrong just because it might undermine my particular parochial financial interest, just reeks of hypocrisy. What's worse, if I were to embrace the tactics of the record industry or the film industry and call those people thieves and sue them, it would be not just hypocrisy, but socially corrosive. I've got another book coming out shortly called For the Win. I've just started working on it after finishing a lot of research. And it's another young adult book about global trade unions, video games, and economic bubbles. And I hope people enjoy Little Brother. It's been getting great notices so far, and I'm really glad to have my work available in the UK now.